Good morning, students. Today we shall do. Are you all able to see the screen? So,
Sir,
okay, let us start the session. Today, in the previous classes, what we were discussing about stress, strain, and elongation of the member, it was only considered for uniform section. That means overall depth of the diameter of the member is uniform throughout its length. But here, in this condition, elongation of tapering bars of circular cross section. See, here we have tapering bar. That means at the beginning, we have a smaller diameter D1. At the end, we have a bigger diameter D2. And this diameter is gradually varying. It is gradually varying from D1 to D2. So at the point A, the bar, the diameter is D1. At point B of the bar, the diameter is D2. So this is a kind of tapering bar. This is not an uniform bar. That means it is having variable diameter of the section. Sectional diameter ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ vary ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. This type of bar we call it as tapering bars. So here in tapering bars you have two kinds. One is a rectangular kind and another one is circular cross section. So here at first we shall take the circular cross section thing, and we shall derive a formula, and we shall also today we shall also see one problem related to the tapered bars of circular cross section. Uh, so let us start the derivation. See, you can see this diagram, right? Here, consider a circular bar uniformly tapered from diameter D1 at one end and gradually increasing to diameter D2 at the other end over an axial length L as shown in figure below. So this is what the figure looks like. The length of the uh, bar is L. At one end, the diameter is D1. At another end, the diameter is D2. This is what we are considering. Here, since the diameter of the bar is continuously changing, the elongation is first computed over an elementary area and then integrated over the entire length. Consider an elementary strip of diameter D and length dx at a distance of x from end A. What they mean is here. We don't know what is the length of the bar. The length of the bar may differ for different members and different purposes. So this L is not fixed. This D1 is also not fixed and D2 is also not fixed. According to the values, it will vary. So if I ask, say, at a distance of 1 meter from A, you won't be knowing where the 1 meter is because overall length itself you don't know because L. Say, for example, if L is equal to 10 meters, then this uh, x distance, if I ask you to calculate the diameter of this tapered circular section at a distance of 1 meter from point A, so end A, so then you will be able to calculate the distance d. But if I ask 1.1 meter, 1.25 meter, likewise, you have to keep on doing the calculation again and again. So for that reason, uh, we have to we have to create one equation so that if I just put the value of x, that is, if I just put the value of the distance where it is required, I will be able to get the final answer. So to do that, we have to do some techniques here. So we have some mathematical techniques. So first we will consider only a small portion. Here you can observe that we have this much area. See, this much area we have. See, this much area we have. But for all this area, I'm not able to calculate. Okay. So what I'll do is you can observe this hatched portion here. In this area, you can observe a hatched portion. This is what we call it as element, a small element of a member. See, the overall thing is a member. In that, I will consider a small portion of that member. We call that as element. Okay, so I will call that as element. So I will consider a small elemental portion of the overall member. I will calculate the diameter of that element at a distance of d from one end. So just you can see this distance x here. So this element is at a distance of x from end A. So from end A, it is at a distance of x. So at x distance, I'm considering one small portion of the member. Now let us continue. So this small member is having some diameter. So that diameter is d. So you can observe here d. This diameter is d, and it is having thickness dx here. It is having thickness dx. Okay, so a small element ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ just one element only, it is having some diameter. This diameter is what I am calling it as d. The diameter ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So this is d. So this is how your cross section looks like. So this is d1. ಇದು d1 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು d2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So when this is d1 and this is d2, you can observe that the diameter of this element, that is d, is more than d1, is more than d1, and it is less than d2. Okay, so d is greater than d1 and d is less than d2. This is how the diameter looks like. So I will consider this d portion, and then I will integrate from length 0 to L distance. So if I do that, I will be able to calculate the overall elongation of the member. So how to do that and all we shall observe here. See, first what I need is I need to calculate the diameter of this element. So this d value is unknown. So what is unknown? D is unknown. So d is unknown. So this unknown value is what I need to calculate. So observe this equation. See, this equation is obtained by considering the similar triangles. See, if I consider just to make it simple, I will draw the bottom line as horizontal. So this one is D1 and this height is D2. So here, so I'm considering a distance D at a distance of x. See, x here. So this height is D1 and this overall depth is D2. So D2. So this distance is D. Just is D. This much height is D. So here, if I consider the similar triangle concept, so I will be able to calculate the distance of D. See here, D1 plus D2. If I do the average of it, I will get some value, but exactly not D. So that divide by L into a distance x, if we do it, D1 plus D2 divide by length, overall length. So overall length is L multiplied by this distance. So if the x value is here, I will get the diameter of this. If the length is here, x is here, I will get this diameter. So Without confusing you much further, see, we shall look into this equation. So the D equation, D is equal to D1 plus, above that there was a triangle. If you imagine the diagram. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ D1. So ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಮುಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು portion ಏನಿದೆ, that is what I need to calculate. D1 plus this portion. ಯಾವುದು ಈ portion. This portion. Okay. So this portion is what I can calculate with this equation. D2 minus D1, D2 minus D1. So D2 ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ? ಇಷ್ಟಿದೆ D2. ಇದು D2 minus D1 ಆಯ್ತಾ? So in the remaining one. So D2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ D1 ಕಳೆದ್ಮೇಲೆ remaining for the length of L for x distance at x distance. I will be getting this answer. So D1 plus D2 minus D1 divided by L multiplied by x, which is the value of D. So this is the diameter value at a distance x. So x may be any distance within the limit of 0 to L. Okay. This D2 minus D1 divided by L is a constant. So this value is not changing. So I can consider this value as a constant. So if I calculate at the beginning of the problem, this value will not change. So I will be able to substitute this value directly. So I will consider D2 minus D1 divided by L as K. Here, K. So where K is, that's what I have written here. See, K is equal to D2 minus D1 divided by L. Okay. Your D formula is D1 plus Kx. What is K? D2 minus D1 divided by L. So D1 and D2 value should be given in the problem so that you will be able to substitute all this value. So it is very easy. So to calculate the stress, what will I require? I will require the force and I will require the cross-sectional area. So since this given member is circular in nature, that is what we are calculating. D is a diameter. So to calculate the circular area, we know that pi d square by 4. So pi d square by 4 means small this d is nothing but d1 plus kx. So that is why area, cross-sectional area of the bar at x distance. That is why we have noted it as ax. You can observe here. So pi d square by 4. So d is d1 plus kx. So pi into d1 plus kx whole square divided by 4. This is what the cross-sectional area of the bar is. So next, we shall calculate the stress. We are calling it as axial stress, but is nothing but normal stress. So axial stress along the axis. So your force may be either tension or compression. That doesn't matter. Okay. So the elongation of the bar will vary according to the type of. So if it is tensile, it will elongate. If it is compression, it will decrease in length. That's what we are considering is just a change in length. So to calculate stress, as we all know, stress is equal to load by area. So load we indicate it as P and A. Here in this case, AX. So we have P and AX. AX formula here we have. Here, AX. So that is what we are substituting. So 4, that is P divided by pi d square divided by 4. So 4 comes to numerator. So 4P divided by pi into d1 plus kx. This is the stress formula. This is what stress formula is. We also know that, observe it. We also know that Young's modulus E is equal to stress by strain. Young's modulus is equal to stress by strain. Stress we have calculated here. Strain, we know what is strain is. So strain is change in length. That means change in length. Length, we are considering only a small portion, that is only dx. So dx is the length of the member, not L. L alla, but dx. So delta dx divided by original length dx. So this is strain formula. So if I substitute this values in this formula, E is equal to stress by strain formula only. If I substitute the equation for stress and this strain and then rearrange it for delta dx, so delta dx rearrange model, I will be able to get this value, this type of value. This value I will be able to get. Okay. So rearrange ಮಾಡಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ 4p dx divided by pi e d1 plus kx whole square. This is what change in length over dx is considered. So dx value na calculate ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. We have formulated an equation for the length dx. But what we require is we need a common formula for the length L. So overall length ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ಲೆಂತ್ ಗೆ ಕಾಮನ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಈಕ್ವೇಶನ್. So the what is the value of x, varying x? So if x is here at a, so then the value of x is 0. So x ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ a ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ರೆ x ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ 0 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಎಲ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್? ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ 0 ಟು ಎಲ್. 0 is the minimum value of x, L is the maximum value of x. So the limit is 0 to L. So the limit is 0 to L. So for that purpose, change in length, I will integrate it with the limit 0 to L. The same formula 4p divided by pi e d1 plus kx whole square into dx. So we shall take out all the constants. So load is not changing here. Elastic modulus is not changing. 4 and pi are obviously constant. So here we have what we have is 1 by integration of 0 to L 1 by d1 plus kx whole square into dx. So anything which is having in the form of 1 by x square, what we have to do is take that value into negative. So negative ಆಗೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So integrate ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ d1 plus ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ d1 plus k into x 1 by d1 plus kx whole square ಇತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನ ಇಂಟಿಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ d1 plus kx whole square ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಹೋಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಹೊರಟೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ coefficient of x? X is k. So minus of that coefficient. So into minus coefficient ಏನಿದೆ k. Coefficient of x is k. So this is what we have here. d1 plus kx inverse ಅಂತ ಇದೆ minus 1 power 1 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by d1 plus kx multiplied by coefficient negative of coefficient x. So k minus k. This is what we have in this formula. So after applying the limit 0 to L, so 0 ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಯೋಜನ ಇಲ್ಲ. 0 minus L, L ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So if I apply the value of x as L, the formula becomes like this. So, we should also careful that we have a negative sign here. We have a negative sign here. You should be very careful while substituting. This portion is constant. Here we have, after putting L value in place of x, we have 1 by d1 plus k L minus 1 by d1 minus 1 by d1 after applying the limits L minus so k ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ L ಬಂದಿದೆ so 1 by d1 plus kl ಅಂತು minus 1 by d1 plus 0x ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 by d1 ಅಷ್ಟೇ that is what we have substituted here. So after rearranging the terms we have to do some arrangements. So ಆ ಕಡೆ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೇವೆ. I told you know you should consider this negative sign. So ಈ negative ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ positive ಇದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ some rearrangement. So ಏನಾಯ್ತು 1 by d1 minus 1 by d1 plus kl multiplied by 4p by pi k. So we know what is k d2 minus d1 divided by l. So d1 plus kl. So x value ಏನಾಗಿದೆ l ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ. So when x value is l, d2 minus d1 divided by l multiplied by l ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ d2 minus d1 plus ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ d2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ total value d2 ಸೊ ಏನೂ ಮೈನಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸೊ ಡಿ ಟು ಮೈನಸ್ ಸಮ್ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಏನಿದೆ ಆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಪೋರ್ಷನ್ ಸೊ this value d1 plus kl the actual value of d will be equal to d2 so d value ಏನಾಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ d2 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ go substitution we shall substitute it ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ d1 plus kl ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ d2 ಬರುತ್ತೆ 1 by d1 minus 1 by d2 rearranging d2 minus d1 divided by d1 d2 this formula is there. So substituting for k so k value ಗೊತ್ತಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ so k ಏನು d2 minus d1 divided by l in the first step itself we have substituted this one so I am just resubstituting it back in the original formula so after rearranging I will be getting the final value as final equation. Delta L is equal to 4PL divided by pi EP1. This is just purely derivation, mathematical derivation. So, you should be very careful. This is the formula, final formula that is change in length. Delta L is equal to 4PL by pi ED1 D2. 4PL divided by pi E D1 D2. See, for your consideration, what was the elongation formula? Delta L is equal to PL by AE. So, for a straight bar, we had a formula delta L is equal to PL by AE. But now, for the tapered elongated tapered bar, for a circular tapered bar, delta L is equal to 4PL by pi ED1 D2. Chain. So this is the so you need to note this formula and you should remember it while solving the problem. The problem solver, if you just remember this formula, then that will be sufficient for solving the problem. So this is the derivation for a circular section with tapered with varying cross section. So cross section is tapered. So one end and the ಇನ್ನೊಂದು end uniform or variant. So uniformly varying the diameter of the bar. The diameter is varying. Okay. So we have a formula for changing that. For that, to illustrate with an example, a numerical problem we shall take. A bar uniformly tapers from diameter 20 mm at one end and 10 mm diameter at another end. 10 and 20 at one end. So they have given this one. This at the other end for an axial length of 300 mm. So the length is 300. This is subjected to an axial compressive load. Compressive load. The load is acting towards the member. When axial load is acting towards the member, then the length of the member will increase. So we have to calculate the decrease in length, and we have that magnitude is just to 7.5 kilonewton. So 7.5 kilonewton. 7.5 kilonewton is the compressive force. E is given 100 kilonewton per ounce square. Determine the maximum and minimum axial stresses in the and total change in length of the bar. So in the question they have asked you strictly. What they have asked is they are asking you to calculate the maximum and minimum axial stress. So maximum stress L ಬರುತ್ತೆ where the cross section is less. This you should observe. See, where the cross section is less, there the stress will be higher. Where the cross section is higher, there the stress will be lesser. So minimum stress, minimum stress will be at the T2. Maximum stress is at T1. Okay. Let us solve the problem. They given data 7.5 kilonewton, that is converted to 7,500 Newton. E is equal to 100 kilonewton per mm square into, so Newton per mm square convert ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ into 1000. So D1 is given 10 mm, D2 is given 20 mm, overall length is given 30 mm. So the minimum compressive stress occurs at D2. At minimum compressive stress ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ it will occur at D2. It will at D2. So maximum will occur at D1. Okay, na? So D2 is known, that is given 20 mm as a cross section area. So for D2, since it is circular in nature, we have this formula pi d square by 4. The cross sectional area is 314.167. So stress formula, stress is equal to load by cross sectional area. Load is given 7,500. Cross sectional area we have just calculated 314.16. Load by area we will get 23.37. MPa is nothing but Newton per Newton per is nothing but megapascal ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ Newton per square ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So you should know that Newton per square itself is megapascal. So next, so to calculate the maximum compressive stress, it will occur at D1 where the diameter is less. So cross-sectional diameter dimension for D1 is pi d square by 4, 78.54 mm square. So sigma minimum is equal to load by area, same formula here. This formula, load is 7,500 divided by this 78.54. We will get 95.5 of Newton per mm square. So we have two types of stress. So stress, we have two values, maximum and so now, even though it is not asked in the question, we have to calculate the change in length. That is stress formula. So change in length formula, this is what we have derived just 2 moments ago. Okay. So 4PL divided by pi E divided by D2. So 4P is given, L is given, E is given, D1 is given, D2 is given. Calculate change in length. So since this is compressive in nature, so there will be decrease in length. Okay. So length decreases in case of compression, whereas in case of tension, length will not increase. Okay. This is how we have to calculate the change in length. That is decrease in length. This how. So next, what we have is we have to calculate we shall do the derivation for tapering bars of rectangular cross section, and then we will do some problems with that. As of now, as for today, I believe we practice these things. We practice this derivation, that is elongation of tapping bars for circular cross section, and practice this example problem. And if you are more interested, I insist you to find out the previous year question papers and identify the problem which is given on tapering bars with circular cross section and solve that problem. Okay. So when you do this proactive work, you will be able to learn this concept very easily. Okay. Any doubts?
Can we get a notes of PDF?
Okay. I'll share with the class.
Okay, sir.
Anything else? Are you understanding my explanations?
Sir.
So,
So solve it. If you get any doubts, you can even ask in the next class. Let us end this session. Thank you very much.